said I'm going to a birthday party. Why would you think it's mine?
You said you're having a birthday party.
No, I didn't.
Okay, let's pretend.
No, I said I'm going.
Reverse.
Okay, next person. Can I deal with somebody else, please?
No,
You're fired.
These guys
Next.
don't know.
You're fired.
I'm not.
You're out of the room.
I'm not.
You didn't sell me.
How can I help you, sir?
8 hours.
And you have to also take.
Why are you talking?
Considerations.
I'm talking to the guy. This is the guy doing the
He's
negotiation.
really in character right now.
Yeah, man. He did that with the
What are we
moon
looking
landing last night, man. I got fired up. Took
Take
your
notes
time.
on his sales speech.
He took your.
That was good.
Well, I
He
think-
bombed it.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
You bombed
You
it.
didn't. I didn't.
Yes, you did. You kid.
You're being a
You're
dickhead.
horrible. You're horrible.
I'm so sorry,
Why are we wearing Ray-Bans?
dude. I got them on a sale.
Easy.
I got them on a sale.
Jesus.
I got them on a sale.
I liked them. I don't know why you're taking them off. I liked them, to be honest.
I asked a question. I didn't say take them off.
I
I
like them.
haven't worn glasses in a long time, so I'm a little uncomfortable.
No, I was just asking a question.
Truth be told,
Just asking a question.
I don't know. They were on sale, and I liked them. I always like Ray-Bans.
All right, everyone, grab your glasses.
I always liked Ray-Bans.
I have Ray-Bans too.
I like them. I like the
How much
thin
were they?
frame. They're just over 200, but they're the shatter proof. Because like we got to wear iPro. Remember, I got to start.
You know how much mine were?
I don't know. Tilly sells them for what, 15 hours?
$3.99, baby.
Well, full disclosure, he's sponsored by Leopold.
Sponsored by Leopold. I wish.
All right, well, welcome back to Standby. Today we're going to be talking about EP work, which stands for
Executive protection.
AKA security.
Yeah,
That's it.
Security.
Security, man.
Today we got a live audience. We've got the 3-4 people in the live audience. Appreciate you coming out.
Please don't come back.
Yikes.
A couple of return visitors. It's a kind of little family day over here at the office on a Saturday.
Yeah. Other than that, I think our sponsors. What are our sponsors we got today? What's the biggest supporter of the channel?
Biggest part of the channel is Axiom Training Group.
Axiom Training Group.
Yeah.
Quality
Bud,
training.
right?
Axiom
Get your
Training
quality
Group.
training.
And I don't think anybody, until we start getting optics just shipped to us without asking, I think Axiom's going to be the premier sponsor.
Okay, yeah.
Considering they're the ones who are actually like
Free
supplying
training. Free
shit.
training. We do free training.
Well, they are fitting half 1/3 of the rent. So
Yeah,
that-
1/3 of the rent.
Free range time.
All the range time we
Yeah.
have.
Wait till we get a helicopter, man. That's going to be huge.
It's gonna be a big sponsor of the channel for a while.
Help,
Yes.
help, big
Axiom Training Group.
help build this bad boy.
Yeah.
right
These
here.
tables.
Got this
Yeah.
fucking building
I
together.
don't think people
Axiom Training
understand that Axiom is also a framing company. They'll do your apartment.
Yeah.
That's
Do it
right.
all, dude.
Subcontract.
It may not be the code, but it'll get
family business.
Done. It'll get done.
I'd say second supporter of the channel, biggest supporter, CRW.
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 Big fan.
Big fan. Good
California
event.
Range Weekend. If anyone's curious what that meant,
Better go.
We will be. Next one will be coming up very soon. We'll be announcing it. I don't want to announce it here. You know what? Fuck that. I don't give a shit.
Wow.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
For those of you who are following us and seeing on CRW, we will be doing CRW this year, November
11th?
10th,
10th.
11th, and 12th. Veterans Day weekend. It'll be a
Great
3-day
weekend to
event.
shoot.
Yeah,
It's all weekends. It's going to be
Booked
Friday
up.
through Sunday.
Get some
It's gonna be
training
a
up in you.
lot of good time, a lot of good instructors. If you are interested and you're watching for any reason and you're interested in being a sponsor for the event, let us know.
Yeah, talk about that for a second. I know
How
we're
can I
talking about EP.
sponsor?
Talk about
Holler at your boy,
the
Tony.
booths. I know we did a CRW episode, but let them know. Let them know. You get your booth out there, get your name out
Yeah,
there.
get your
a lot
booths,
of vendors.
a lot of different vendors. We had probably about just under 300 people there last year.
Heavy hit, man.
As far as attendees and spectators and walk-ups and stuff like that. Oh, shit.
We had Turners out there last year.
Yeah, I had Turners came out.
Turners.
Defender Armor. Safariland was a sponsor. Howitzer Clothing.
A lot of good people.
Chosen Armory, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of good guys. Portside was there.
Shout out
A lot
to
of
Johnny.
good people. A lot of good companies. So looking to do it bigger and better this year. Bringing out some new blood for instructors. We'll be announcing that soon. Don't want to announce them yet, but that's going to be this year's going to be hopefully better than last year.
Nice.
It just keeps upgrading. It's on a trend.
Yeah, that's
For helicopters this year? Or?
no helicopters this year. We're waiting on you for that
We'll
one.
fill that in.
That's
We'll
great.
fill that.
We're waiting on you for that one. That's on
Somebody
you.
hit the lottery here and then we'll fly in there.
Me and Wyatt will hit it.
Is Wyatt going to be there? CRW? Sure.
Him and Al.
Wyatt, you're going to be there?
Skylaw.
Skylaw?
Sky and Al.
Skylaw.
Skylaw.
But
Him and I rocking the Carhartt overalls together.
yeah, man.
Right.
How do you feel about Bobby? I kind of like Bobby too.
Now that you said it, I might throw it in.
Bobby Law.
Bobby Law. B-Law.
Be law, baby.
Bobby Law. I like Bobby Law.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Utah, get me through.
Hey, you talk. You do.
I gave your sister 60 pounds of beef last night. The broad couldn't take it. Now that's fucking a damn.
What'd your dad say about it? Didn't he saw the episode when we called him Dick
I did
Law?
show him. He had no comment.
No comment.
Didn't even fucking flinch.
Didn't laugh, nothing, giggle, smile.
Uninterested.
Did he know we were calling him Dick Law?
I
and
explained
bring
it
that
to him
camera right
before
over
I
here.
showed it to him. He just kind of went like this at brunch. Just
Mr. Dick Law, we appreciate you.
yeah,
Don't
Dad.
you ever forget that.
Yeah, Dad. Thanks for not pulling out. Appreciate you, man.
Nice.
Appreciate
Nice.
you.
It's a family show.
It was.
It's a
Not
family
anymore.
show. Anyways, all right, we're talking about executive protection.
Back on track.
Let's start with the experiences with executive protection. What's your experience, real quick? Just 30 seconds.
My experience with executive protection.
10 seconds.
Been doing it for
5. All right, next.
It's about 5 years or so. Started on the training side, teaching guys on the executive protection, then started doing it myself.
It's enticing.
About 3.5 years ago, I got my actual all my credentials and all that stuff to do it.
Arm guard,
Arm guard,
no arm guard.
Yep.
Are you
all-
baton trained?
baton train,
Everything. BSIS.
Pepper spray?
pepper spray.
Have you been pepper sprayed?
handcuffs. Yes, we've talked about this.
We talked about
okay.
taser,
All
but
right.
we talked less.
I didn't say taser, I said pepper spray.
You have to. You mean got to do both technically.
For security?
Yeah, I mean
if you want to carry it,
Yeah,
You have to get
carry it.
sprayed?
if you want to carry it,
It's the same thing as law enforcement.
that.
You have to experience it to carry
For a
it.
security job? There's no chance.
because it's.
I'm not doing that.
It's mainly for if you want to carry. Well, if you carry it on.
But I would,
duty-
like, if I was a regular dude and wasn't a cop, I'd just be like, oh, dude, I'm not getting sprayed for fucking $30 an hour. Are you crazy?
You understand? We need clout. We gotta be like
Stack up the
creds.
I'm
It's
baton, pepper,
it's
armed.
stupid, but it is
medical,
what it
is there a
is.
medical card thing?
No, I mean,
No,
you
you
could be
just get your- you
CPR
just get your own.
certified.
CPR.
Yeah, you get your own. So
What about
I'm-
if you're EMT?
I'm
Is that
stopped-
extra cash?
You could be paramedic. You have to take $10,000.
Might as well be a fucking firefighter at that point.
Yeah.
Well, that's what a lot of guys do. They become cops like you guys, or they go do EP work and then get some fucking job experience, life experience, and they go apply to a fire department. They always
No,
say-
I'm talking specifically like paramedic. Like if I was a security guard.
paramedic literally like gives you the legal ability to like triage somebody in public. Like if I were to do something other than a tourniquet or CPR, I can go to jail if that guy dies. The family will sue me. I'm not protected
because
by
you're
anything.
getting paid for it.
Yeah,
That's why.
I'm not being protected at all.
Yep.
If I do anything outside of just like loss of blood or breathing, I'm going to debt forever. They're going to sue the shit
Yep.
out of me. We don't get qualified amnesty, helping the general public.
That's only for good cause.
And a lot of clients will be like,
Or good-
they don't,
forgot what it's
you
called.
shouldn't be doing that anyway. A lot of clients are like, it's me. Why are you helping somebody on the street?
Chris, what's your EP executive protection
wanna put that out?
experience? Do you have any experience, EP?
Not as much as these two. I'm learning a lot from these guys. Though.
But you have done it.
Yeah, I've done it in the past.
A lot of jobs, like you 10 to 20, less than 10.
Less than 10.
Less than 10.
I'm pretty new to it.
Did you
I
like
learned
it?
last year? Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Like
I'd
the
like
money.
to learn a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always that, but it's good work. But
all
I want to
trends.
learn a lot more about it, and these two are the perfect guys for it, man. They know all this shit.
You know me and Tony are going to ride for you.
You guys know it all.
We're going to get it done.
I asked
I
them
don't
a
say we
question.
know it all, but
I asked you
we
guys
have
a
a lot of
question.
good knowledge.
Yeah, every question I've asked you guys, you know the answer. So I'm sure maybe
relevant.
there's something that you guys don't know. But
That's the
to
thing. We
this
don't know
point,
shit.
You know,
There's a lot of shit we don't know.
Actually, I should have fucked up. I should have brought it. So I have this cool little actually. It's basically the executive protections. They call it. Everyone calls it a little black book, and it literally says executive protection on it. It has a bunch of different kind of tips and tricks and things to go through it. You can use as like a pocketbook, keep with you.
It's like a right in the rain.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Looks just like that, but it has a bunch of really, really good information on things to be aware of when you're doing ingress, egress, foot patrols, all that kind of things. Like things to be aware of, things to look at, things to talk about. You want to talk about that right now?
No, I was just flashing enough.
Yeah, cool.
Well, what's your experience?
Like everyone knows-
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Nickelodeon. Man. We can't do that on the mic. I'm gonna fucking freak the fuck out about Nickelodeon, man. Teen's Choice Awards.
Got some pretty good experience.
Security Forces guy, obviously in the Air Force, so a lot of work with like DOE, moving nuclear materials out to like Tonopah and stuff. That was like my first experience of you have a principle, right? An object or a person, and at all costs that stays in the most safe environment it can at all costs, including what do they say, blank checking, fucking giving die for nuclear fuel rod so no one gets it. That was my first experience, and just normal security stuff like that in the military. And then I got out, worked a couple bars, got my licks, got my ass kicked a couple asses, all dudes under my height. No fair fights. A lot of guys, 10 on 1. But and then got a lot of good leadership, a lot of bosses I met. Specific one, shout out to Kent Hughes. saw something in me and put me on to like some of the biggest jobs you can get.
Known to man.
As far, I mean, name an award show, name a principal, name somebody that's in the news daily on TMZ.
Don't you sign like an NDA? You shouldn't be talking about that.
No, I mean, you could say that. You can't. There's certain stuff. I mean,
No names.
He's not giving names.
Yeah.
They call them the 666. You fucking, 32 NDAs. It's fucking every single time. But, like really leveled up, skipped a couple levels. I was not good. My first job, first like big event, EP was not good. I had a lot to learn, but not at all. I mean,
So like with EP and like the security force, you've done for what, a little over 10 years now, right?
I mean, I only did a little over 5 in the Air Force, and I've only been doing EP since November last year, like actual EP. I mean, I've been doing security
But you had security
since I was 19.
knowledge before
since
that.
I was 19.
Yeah, so you've done
27
security.
now.
You've done
Security is
security
in your title.
Yeah, I've been
but
doing-
you've done like overall security, like the EP
Yeah.
stuff is the newer stuff because that you've been a lot more principal work you've been doing.
Yeah.
as far as like human principles rather than
Basically-
products or
Yeah,
objects. That's new. That's the newer piece for you.
I make money now. That's basically something. I live like a livable wage. Whereas back then it was like you do it and that's it. There's nothing for you in it. But yeah, it's good. I think Tony's been preaching this to me for a year now, 2 years. It's like EP is the move. Obviously, you want to
Moneymaker, dude.
Want to be a law.
It's just you got to deal with bullshit.
I want to be a law enforcement officer because I never got my nut in the Air Force, so there's definitely some stuff I want to do that way. But EPs for guys like me who aren't smart or good at anything, it's fucking really, really lucrative business.
Yeah.
I'm an average shooter, and I know nothing about jiu-jitsu except the one move Tony told me that I used, and I did it wrong the first time I did it. I took a picture of it and sent it out to the boys, and I got roasted. But EP's good. It's I know you guys deal with this more than anyone, and you have a little more carte blanche to not do it. But like the verbal judo, talking to people, I like talking to people, but like actually like asserting yourself without asserting yourself. Being overtly angry or like dominant. Just talking to them and cutting them down, like that's a good skill to learn, and I'm learning it right now.
So you're obviously very well dressed. So is this your standard EP setup?
Yeah, it's a variant. And summer's coming around, more people are out. Summer's kind of the hot spot. You have winter, like holidays are obviously hot spots.
Yeah.
But summer, it's warmer. People want to be outside. They may want to make more movements, so they hire executive protection. You have stuff like our good friends at Triple Feed know all about this. Maybe they'd leave their state a couple more hours a week than they normally would because there's stuff to do. The weather's good. So yeah, this is a variant of it. It's like more of a summer, lighter suit, lighter colors, a little more inviting. A lot of people don't like the footprint because when you have security and it's overt security, guys, guys with the high and tight, and you have the bodybuilder types. I work with some guys that are jacked as fuck. People are gonna look at you, so you want to look a little more inviting. So your whites, your light colors, blues, grays. But like during the winter and for event stuff, it's the same thing, but it would be black on black, black tie, black shirt, black slacks, black.
So you're obviously not wearing a tie right now. That's just because you're basically
It's a little more casual.
Okay.
So like,
because you actually just got off a job, didn't you? Like
I just
this
did
morning?
just a little work meeting,
Yeah.
but I didn't. It's not like an actual job.
I thought you had a principal.
No. Didn't do any real work, but I like to look professional. I actually like suits. Full transparency.
Oh.
I like wearing suits. If I have an excuse to wear one, I put one on.
Cool.
It's good.
I like them. You can't because suits aren't suit. I don't wear.
I would
I
do
don't.
that too.
I don't wear suits.
You
that are
can.
fucking thousands of
Your boss
dollars.
does it. Why can't
but,
you?
$200 suit to me, like I go to the tailor, spend another
Suits,
$100 on tailoring. Like I feel good knowing I spent $350 on a full suit. Like I like wearing it. Like I bought it. If there's an excuse to wear it, I'm going to put it on.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
It does.
No,
Not me personally, but I'm saying I think it looks good on anybody if you wear
having
professional attire.
a nice suit set up.
Tailored nice.
Something where you're like, okay, I tried today. Even if for 30 minutes, it's like my minimum's 5 hours. So if I show up for a 35-minute meeting and I wear a suit, at least I'm like, hey, I appreciate you paying me for this. Like I'm here. I'm present. So, but yeah, this is typically, you're going to have EP work is very like versatile. I mean, it could be anything from doing event stuff where it's black on black on black on black, everything black. You look more like a server, like a caterer than anything, to I need you in a Carhartt, the biggest oversized Carhartt you have. I need you carrying, a weapon or a firearm, and I need you to be 40 yards away from me. Or it could be I'm in a nice summer suit like this, and I'm shoulder to shoulder, my hands in that person's pocket. Like it's very, and that can change.
Yeah.
That SOP can change on the spot. Hey, get the fuck off me. Your breath smells. By the way, go change. I don't actually like the suits. Like that's happened to people. That happened to me.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. It's like they set the attire for the day, they do all their SOPs for the pre-brief, they go take the job, and the person's like, I don't like this. This isn't the way that I drafted it in my head. Please change. And it's like guys will go to Tilly's. They'll go to like you know, I bought a belt one time because I wear a reversible belt, black or brown or whatever. And there's a guy, I had to go to fucking what do you call it? Forever 21. I bought a fucking $17.99 belt that wasn't reversible. That was like a little more like of a green shade. Because the guy's like, I don't like that. My boss is like, you got to change it. The principal's always right. It's customer service. It's hospitality is the term I'd use. It's not they're paying you. If they want you to open your fucking car door, you open the fucking car door.
Yeah, they're paying you for what they want.
If they want you to put their purchases like Starbucks or something on your card and then they'll reimburse you and you get a little extra on top, you do that. They set up stuff. They'll give you a card. Maybe the company will give you a card or whatever. But there's certain considerations. It could be anything. Like I work for a guy, I'm not going to say his name, but they own some dealerships up the 605 for a certain American-made truck company. And I was in Laguna Niguel down at the
Just trying to figure it out.
at the Montage.
Doing the math in my head. I'm like,
Fucking hamster was running.
at the Montage down there in Laguna Niguel, and it was this guy's 50th birthday party, and he's on spectrum. He's on the spectrum. He's got considerations to his mental health.
Not a smart man.
Yeah, he's Forrest Gump.
Hey, Chris.
We had a Forrest Gump.
Is it
And,
Chris?
it was the worst job I've taken, but it was one of the most like biggest learning experiences for me because there's so many. The more considerations, the more you're going to learn, right?
Yeah, sure.
If you have an easy, just here's your post, stand there, don't do shit, because no job's below
I
me.
seriously hate this.
If you tell me stand in the fucking stall with a handicapped person for 10 hours, I will do that if the price is right. Like, there's no
What's
job.
the price for a job like that?
There's no that job. You know, we'll have a chat with that person that's hiring me. You know, but I'm saying is like, there's no job below me. I will fucking mop the floors in a suit if that's what you're paying me to
There's
do.
a lot of jobs below Justin.
Well, he has the credibility to do so. I don't.
He has those
Jay's
creds.
just like,
I don't have those creds.
That'll
Right?
It's $1,000 an hour if anybody's wondering.
His
Minimum.
effort. If the price is right for Jay, the effort's
Jay just
there.
doesn't care. He's like,
Yeah.
1,000 an hour.
His considerations, if they're met, the price,
1,000.
you know, he's there. He's there 110%.
Peerless is gonna go broke.
I don't do what he does. I don't mop floors. I stand there in the corner. That's it.
He doesn't.
You want protection? That's
Put us-
who you're hiring.
put
for.
us
I'm
with-
not fucking carrying your
Jay's
Starbucks.
Yeah, that's
Overwatch.
fine.
Fucking
Us
changing
three-
belts.
$1,000.
Us three were big,
$1,000 an hour. You get what you get.
us three were bigger picture, right? Tony, Chris, myself, we're bigger picture. Justin's not necessarily not bigger picture, but he's like, I have creds. I know what I'm doing. I can make money elsewhere. If the price is right, I will maybe.
Well, usually my hourly, honestly, is $500 an hour.
500 an hour.
But if I have to go west of, say, the fucking 110,
$350.
yeah, it's going
Oh,
up
for
1,000
sure.
an hour.
Yeah.
Anything west of 110.
Like I was saying, the worst job, but the biggest learning experience. I worked for this.
I think it's west
can you-
of downtown LA.
Can you pick
west
me
of
up from
110.
LAX? That's $1,000, boss.
Yeah.
$1,000.
That's
hour.
actually a good rate. That's actually
Downtown,
median.
That's not a
downtown
good
and
rate.
west. Yeah.
I'm
That's
saying
expensive as fuck.
It is, but you got to understand those ingresses from LAX. I mean, you got to think about traffic, where you're going. They're going to Bel Air.
Yeah,
They're
but if you're
going to
doing
Hollywood.
that, if you're doing that, like everything is. I mean, you've already worked with TSA at that point to be able to grab this motherfucker off of the plane.
a fun fact.
And at the same time, he's not flying commercial.
No. Well, sometimes they do. Sometimes.
If
Emirates, if they're an if Emirates
All right,
offers
Emirates fine.
Emirates offers
but
and
most time you're going to Hawthorne Airport to pick up from the
like
private
the,
jet.
the guy I spoke
private
to,
runways.
the story I told you, the client that we had, the Starbucks story I told you yesterday, he did Lufthansa. They offer private, amenities, showers, dorm room style. It's all packed in. They got a bed and everything. Like he flew Lufthansa. Like that's they don't always fly private, but at the same token, yeah, they don't walk through the terminal. They contact TSA.
yeah, they really have to go pick him up on the tarmac. They're fucking.
They contact LAPD in the 90210 area, and they go, "Hey, we're making a movement. I got to secure," and they work it.
Yeah.
There's liaisons, like your guys' guys got a liaison out of West Hollywood. Whatever it is, there's places for it. There's
Yeah,
phone
when you
calls
have that
made.
kind of money, you just fucking want.
But the story I told that's like that guy's considerations were literally the only job I've ever seen was zero, no considerations. He just wanted people to hand him off to his house, his in-house security, his family security. That's an easy job. But the one that I took in Laguna, like I said, it was the biggest learning experience for me, but it was the worst job I ever took. It was like this guy had a smell deficiency. That means he was sensitive to smell. That meant that he had a 50th birthday party, again, on the spectrum. So, having a big party for a 50-year-old that's not done anything. He's never worked because his parents own the dealerships. It's a little weird, right? Our 50ths are going to look like basically this room right now. fucking close friends and family, wives and kids, and a couple shots of whiskey. This guy had 240 people at the Montage in Laguna de Gil. Didn't know any of them. They had like an 80s like cover band and stuff. Anyway, this guy was sensitive to smell. So that means he had to eat his dinner in his room at the Montage. And then when he was done, he would come back while everyone was done eating. Like he wouldn't enter the room until everyone was done consuming their food. Like that's how deep it gets when in the hospitality section of EP. It's like their considerations, and if the contract is signed, every employee takes those considerations like it's their mother.
Yeah, I would say hospitality is probably the best way of putting it.
That's how you keep a contract.
But that's literally what it is. It's like you're just doing whatever you can to make them happy.
They say don't do something you wouldn't do to your mother.
But
basically,
but like the flip side of the coin. So like Justin, you've mentioned it. Like you're not a big fan of it because you don't really want to have to feel like you're having to babysit or like some assholes like
they have chains on them though.
What do you mean they've changed on them?
They're law enforcement officers full time.
No, but what I'm saying is like but what I'm saying is like that kind of stuff. Like he has his criteria of things he does want to deal with.
Yeah,
because
respectfully.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why he has no interest in being a server. Yeah. Right. Doesn't want to deal with that shit.
We're all
doesn't want to deal with the bullshit.
Hit the oil rig, guys.
But that's my point, right? Like he doesn't want to deal with that bullshit. However, like the trade off for EP to police, right? We're not running into people who are looking to shoot us every fucking night.
No, maybe the person they're not going to hit. I'll be honest.
But even I would say 90% of the people that we do protection, it's not even for them being death threats. It's for
I have a whole beef with.
It's mainly for people they just don't want it. They just don't either they want it as a status symbol.
Yeah.
They want to have some crowd control if they are kind of like in a larger setting.
Yeah, I've some.
Or they just want to be able to move in and out as very easily because they have the money to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And that usually comes with
buku dollars.
I agree with everything that I think the people that like. I think a lot of people actually are interested in EP. I think it's
a great field.
They call it
a lot of money.
And you could speak to this because I think that I'm not saying you got your start at this time, but I know that you were into it. It's recession proof. It's COVID proof. It's influenza H1N1. Everyone stay indoors proof.
I lost all my work during COVID.
That's why I brought it up.
That's where I was making money doing that.
It doesn't go away. It never will. There's somebody with a
bigger.
There's somebody somewhere with a paycheck so fucking large in the checking account that they will pay sometimes anything. Just even if it's like you said, they want to look good. Yeah. They don't need.
How much money do you think the person minimum person makes to hire EP guys?
So there's three. I'm sure there's somebody who will comment who's way better, way more skilled than I am, that way more experience. But what I've seen so far, there's three people that clients, principals you work for in EP work. You have your guys like us, family men. Maybe they're not a Fortune 500 company business owner, but they got a lot of money and a lot of family, and they're making a move and they don't feel secure. You have those guys. You have the people Tony spoke about, which are, I want to have as many guys in suits as I can with guns so I can look like, something's going on in my life. And then you have the corporate level. You have the NBCs of the world, the ABCs, the fucking, Amazon stuff. The Amazon and Netflix stuff right now are probably the biggest two contracts that aren't event contracts that aren't an award show right now. Those are the biggest ones you can get. Amazon is like,
I'd probably say you're making at least 500,000 a year.
You're going to be. Are you talking about the person hiring?
You heard the question.
That's what I'm saying.
Answer directly.
Well, I'm saying the person that's hiring us.
Yeah.
They're about $500,000 a year.
That's like the minimum.
That would say
for people who are looking for executive protection.
Because you have to understand that there's considerations, like I said, on their side. There's always considerations on.
Okay, let's say I know you guys aren't like management or maybe owners.
I know it all.
Let's say I make 500. Let's say I got 10 million in the bank.
I'm gonna do this,
but nobody knows this, right?
Let me do this. I did this for Chris the other day. Go ahead.
Okay, so
we're in a room.
I'm looking to get to. I got an event this weekend. One day.
What kind of event?
Just a birthday party.
Birthday party?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
How
old are you? Hold on. How old are you turning?
Well, I'm kind of disrespected now. I said I'm going to a birthday party. Why would you think it's mine?
You said you're having a birthday party.
No, I didn't.
Okay, let's pretend.
No, I said I'm going.
Reverse.
Okay, next person. Can I deal with somebody else, please?
No,
You're fired.
These guys don't know.
You're fired.
I'm not.
You're out of the room.
I'm not.
You didn't tell me.
How can I help you, sir?
Fucking guy.
Hey, sir, how's it going? I'm going to a birthday party this weekend. I'm looking to get two guys.
Remember what I told you?
Excuse me.
Remember what I told
Excuse
you?
me.
I got you, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to this birthday party. I need two guys armed. What are we looking at?
What kind of budget are you working with?
Well, I could, I could go. My wife gave me the budget as high as, 15,000.
15,000. Okay. I can work with you. We can kind of like meet somewhere in the middle, maybe some middle ground, but 15,000 is a starting point. But my man Phil here,
I'm done working with him. He's rude. He
rude?
said I was old.
Well, my man Tony then.
I could work with Tony. Yeah, he
Talk to Tony.
looks like
He
he's
knows-
special forces. He's got
He
a beard.
knows more about it than I do, but yeah, we can start with your budget.
Okay.
And we're trying to work with you.
Okay.
So that's a good
That's what's
starting
really going to come
point.
down to. What are you looking to get out of it?
Arm guard, 2.
You want arm guard, 2 guards? How many hours?
8 hours.
And you have to also take
Why are you talking?
consideration.
I'm talking to the guy. This is the guy doing the
He's
negotiation.
really in character right now.
Yeah, man. He did that with the
are we
moon
looking
landing last night, man. I got fired up.
This guy on your staff.
He gets me, dude. He gets me,
Fire
dude.
this guy,
He gets
dude.
me. He gets
love
me. It's
Phil.
the only guy, dude.
We didn't land on the moon.
Stuff like that. You do a lot of market
Why are you
research.
still talking?
You do a lot of.
He's about to talk.
Oh, sorry, Tony. Were you actually Tony?
He's about to talk. He's about to sell
Apologize.
So
it.
you got 8. So you're looking 8 hours, 2 guys armed. Where are we moving from, and where are we moving to?
My house in Beverly Hills to.
The event space.
Does this guy know where I'm going all of a sudden? Who is this guy? Can you fire him? We're going to the Grove.
Going to the Grove.
Gross.
I just want to confirm. You mean the Grove in Orange?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
All right. So we're moving about 35 miles is where we're traveling to.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a chase vehicle? Or are you looking for?
You take my car. I got a Escalade.
Can I ask why? What your reasoning for wanting a protection?
You cannot.
Well, the reason why I'm asking, sir, is because I want to make sure we get you the best service we can for the price point that you're looking for. And if it's in your particular vehicle and you're concerned about death threats, something of that nature, it may be better to be in a vehicle that's going to have, bulletproof windows, doors. That kind of
Escalade's
things
got
like
all that.
Oh, it does.
Does.
Oh, well, very cool. So then I guess
Murdered.
we can go ahead and take care of take your vehicle. Does your vehicle by any chance have blacked out tinted windows?
It does.
It does. Does it have any place we can store our primary firearms, like our rifles and stuff?
Does.
It does. Okay. By any chance, do you own your own security company, or do you do this often? Is that why you have that?
No.
You just kind of.
I'm just a staunch
love it.
Second
love it.
Amendment supporter.
Hey,
Dan
big fan.
Bilzerian.
Big fan. Very glad you're on our side, sir.
Thank you for considering us. Say that. You got to say that.
Who is this guy? I hope he's not on your staff.
I love how 10 toes down Tony is right now. He just murdered that sale, just so you know.
I know.
Murdered.
This guy did not murder. I'm completely turned off by him. I hope he's not
want
part
to
of
hear
your
this
sales
because
staff.
this is insane how good this is. This is so fucking good.
So obviously we have it set up. What is your pickup time you're looking for?
Looking at 10 a.m. I like
10
sleep
a.m.
in.
Okay, so we usually like to get there about an hour early.
Okay.
Reason being is we want to make sure that we have a full rundown of anything that could potentially go wrong. Our SOPs, what you're expecting of is how we're gonna operate around you, and then we'll make movement. And then what time were you planning on thinking about leaving?
2.
In the morning?
No, in the afternoon.
In the afternoon. So 10
I'm in and out. I don't really give a fuck about that.
All right, in and out. All right, so 2 p.m. sounds good. So we'll probably start figuring everything out. So we'll most likely do is if you want a 2-man team, you want a 2-man team at all times.
That's correct.
Okay, so if that's the case, then I think it'd be best to be able to have a 3-man team total. One would be the main driver. Reason being is we want to make sure we have 2 men with you at all times. One will be able to go pick up the vehicle and bring over to you and go there. You don't have to actually worry about having him on your payroll for the entire time. We can just have him for ingress and egress as needed. But we definitely want to make sure we have 2 guys with you at all times. So you will be paying for about 3 guys, but
I'm not paying for him if he's fucking on
No
the
problem.
staff.
We don't have to have him along. That's fine.
He's a joke.
We have a lot of really solid guys on our staff that we can bring along.
Yeah,
with you.
anybody other solid than this guy.
They'll bill for it though.
That's crazy.
Get my
So,
paycheck.
We will be billing. We will be
right.
billing you for 3 guys. However, it won't be for a full 24 hours. It will be since you asked for 8 hours. It will be actually billing for 2 8-hour shifts and 1 4-hour shift. That 4-hour shift will be driving. He may not be driving the full 4 hours, but we want to make sure we give you plenty.
All right, yeah, let's go. All right, what are we talking?
For all 3 guys, we're probably looking at close to about 12.5, maybe 13. We can probably get you in there.
Okay, if they do pretty good work, they could keep the extra 15.
Oh, thank you, sir. We much appreciate.
That's if this guy's not. If he gets fired right now, it's 15 automatically. If you fire this man right now, it's 15,
Fire me.
and you get to keep the rest.
So I believe in loyalty, and I really appreciate you.
20 years. If
Sorry, Phil, you're
fire
out.
this man.
Hey, if you're Elon Musk, I'd be like, dude, you give us $1 billion, I'll fire his ass right now. And I just pay it out, dude.
$1 billion?
I just paid this fool out.
Hey, you got my Venmo, motherfucker. You got my Venmo.
$1 billion is what?
Elon Musk has
You're
it.
crazy, dude.
That's a $160 billion man.
You're crazy.
That is
You'd sell
that
this man for
is
$200. Cut the shit, dude.
that
$1
is
billion.
that is the best thing I've heard. Like that is so fucking good. Like people could.
Did you take notes?
That was really good.
No, we talked about this, and he just fucking he wasn't in the conversations we've had, and I told him like, there's key points you need to look for. Do you just fucking murder that? So God bless you. I love you to death. That is awesome. He took
Take
your
notes
time.
on his sales speech.
He took your.
That was good.
Well, I
'Cause he
think
bombed it.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
You bombed
did.
it.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. You kid.
You're being a
You're
dickhead.
horrible. You're horrible.
He did all of his 5 points of objectivity.
I didn't
he
do
had
name calling, but
what's
okay.
your budget? That's the first one I told him. What's your budget? Don't do an hourly because I told him he respectfully he fucked up that job.
I fucked
he did.
up, yeah.
But
That's how
what's
you
your-
learn.
What's your budget? Because then you ask that right then and there. Because if you're not happy with that number and and their attitude is bad, you already know if you're taking that job or not.
The client's always right.
Why even talk?
You said it
Right?
yourself earlier. Client's always right, didn't it?
If you've appraised the job as like a $10,000 job and they go, oh, my budget's like $8,500, that's close. You could probably car salesman to fucking 9. But if they go, my budget's like $3,500, you go, well, I appreciate you considering us. Unfortunately, we offer a level of service that kind of exceeds that price point. I have some other contacts, right? Because we all have friends.
Yeah.
They could probably help you out with that with a smaller job, but unfortunately, we don't handle that stuff respectfully. You do stuff like that. He fucking nailed it. Budget, his budget, his ingress, his egress. How many folks? Where's the location? And like, I liked what he said about the hourly. Well, we're gonna bill for a 3-man. Would you say 3-man, 4-man crew? Those other extra guys aren't gonna be on for the full 8. We're gonna do a 3-hour shift for one of them, 4-hour for the other. Like that, you show that they're peeling off, right?
Yeah.
Like that's fucking huge. Like they're saving money essentially by hiring an extra couple guys. Like that's pretty big. And the other thing too that I like is like you establish like, all right, what's the location? What's the threat? So typically, the only thing I would add is like, okay, 80. You said 8,500, and we're good with that. I'll tell you what. Let's make it a
Said
clean.
15.
Let's
Let's
go.
Doesn't even pay attention to the fucking original sales pitch. He's throwing out bullshit numbers here. There he is.
Whatever. So she said, I don't want to do that.
serious.
So the only thing,
serious stress.
literally the only thing I'd say is like I'd bump it to a clean like round number and be like, we're gonna actually have an overnight guy stay for 6 hours prior to annotate any different movements.
I think
inside
that's
the
an
house.
that's an SOP though.
Yeah.
Like that's
You don't have to.
or how you want to do
But
it.
a client that's paying 15.
But you
don't
also
want it.
have to be. Well, there you go. You also
Yeah.
figure out if that's something that he even wants. Like
Yeah.
I don't want it.
I don't
But
want
it's like
someone-
advertise that. Like I'll tell you what. Let's round that.
don't want it.
Let's
I don't
round
want
that
that
number
shit.
up.
I
You
don't
don't
want
want it. Okay, we're gonna
I
do
don't
it
want it.
anyway though because we.
I don't want
we
it. You're
care-
fired. Next.
You didn't let me finish.
I don't
let me
need to.
finish.
You're fired.
Like that's something you advertise though. Like seriously, you go, hey sir, you know what? Let's round that number off. I'm actually having an overnight guy come about 6 hours.
You want to
prior
round?
show-
Yeah,
prior to
I'll
show
round
time.
down, motherfucker.
Listen, I'm talking to him. He's got his fucking
You're at
PTO coming.
13.5. Now you're at 10, boss.
But like
Tell
that's
me
what
to
you
round up.
advertise. Like
the fuck?
Round
okay,
it down.
the movement starts at
all
noon.
right, we'll round
I'll
down.
tell you what, we're actually gonna have an overnight like for morning gigs stuff
don't
that
want it.
starts before noon. You go, you know what? Let's round that number off.
Nope.
Whatever the number is. We're gonna actually have an overnight guy kind of like annotate any changes outside of your property prior to showing up, and then they do that. They'd be a fucking prick.
He's
and you
gonna
go,
fucking write down people walking their dogs. What the fuck? What are they gonna pay this
It's a
guy for?
fucking
But
sales
I feel like
pitch to
this
keep
is
the
an
contract.
accurate
Listen,
representation of someone that would actually.
Exactly.
It is.
It is a representation.
That's why
That's what you guys say.
I was a character.
Except the character's over. I'm trying to
I was in
explain to him
character.
as a fucking future businessman.
Like, stop it!
I'm trying to fucking tell him.
I'm always in
You
character.
advertise that like, you know what? I like that
You are
number.
a
I
character.
like 14.5. I'll tell you what. We'll
Let's
do a
round
job,
up.
but what
All
I
right,
would
we'll
like,
round down.
if you don't
14.
mind, ma'am, miss, or sir, I'd like to add an overnight
Them.
guy about 4 to 6 hours prior to annotating
Them or they,
changes
please.
outside of your property, and then they go like this. They act like a fucking dickhead, and you go,
Oh, you're fired now.
You go like this. You go like this. You go.
Damn. So you let your employee talk to people?
That's fine. You know what? You know what? That price is good for me. We're gonna do that for you anyway because that's the service we provide. I like you a lot. You know, and you fucking.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously more things you want because you want to, make sure you
wanna-
get an idea. Yeah, get an
Yeah.
idea of like the your time before, like where you're going, so you can get
Yeah.
an idea of the space, where your exits are,
Yeah.
where your
Yeah, there's footprint wonks.
Yeah, there's all that stuff you got to figure out, and that all has to be priced into itself. So like some people may be listening, like,
Yeah.
oh, 15 grand for all that, like that's really expensive. Like, well, no, like you got because
a lot more
there's
goes
a
into
lot
it.
of there's back end work that you have
Yeah.
to take care of. There's work you have to do with your local police department.
Yeah.
There's work all these
Permits.
What sucks about that is they get these big contracts, but you guys only see like less than $1,000 a day for work. Like
the end
the end user, the end fucking
the
guard
grunts
is
guys.
like,
Let's say you do a 20 G job tomorrow, right? And obviously, me and Tony are fucking ride for you, and Justin will,
Nope.
work for free.
$1,000 an hour, man.
Justin wants 10 G's.
They sign that contract. You're happy with the number, right? That's the other thing too. Before I get started on that, have your line in the sand. If there's a number you cannot go under, draw your line in the sand.
It's a line.
Yeah.
Don't take even because you're
cross
not
it.
hurting. You're paid. You're a government employee. You're good. You're fine. I'm not saying you're great, but you're fucking fine on money. Draw a line in the sand. There's a number you won't go under. Respect yourself. But if they meet that number, then you have to understand that number has to put in consideration like what we love you. We're gonna fucking ride for you. We're gonna do it. We're not gonna do it for free though.
Yeah.
So what's it going to cost me and Tony to go walk that place where they're going to have a premiere or this event? Because we have to look, where's our fucking vantage points? Where can we put an extra guy to maybe kind of ISR it? Where are our break points? Like where are guys going to sneak into this event, right? But what's a Hollywood thing? Like when I did that after party at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Where are our soft points? Like where do we got to maybe hey, that contract's not, we got to get an extra guy there because that's a bad spot. That's an open fence or whatever. Like,
and you also got to be ready for like the other thing that most people won't realize or realize is like, so like having your XL vehicle like staged, right? You got to make sure you have that staged. But when you stage that vehicle,
you're paying them.
You're paying for the vehicle to be staged, but you're also being the owner of the company or being that like you also be aware is like there's a good chance you may get a ticket. Like the cop if cops want to come up, they'll pay. It's like, hey, you can't park here. It's like, sorry, but I got to be here. They're like, you're getting ticketed. Like.
Take the L.
Go for it. Take the L. And that's just part of the expense because you have to be somewhere to be able to get in and out. And a lot of time, that's part of the reason why you have your relationships with PDs, right? Yeah. But they're also like the standard park enforcement who just wants.
Do you have like a badge or something to show?
Well, that's the thing.
You have paperwork and stuff.
There's paperwork. There's permits. There's like you tell them like this is what's going to happen. Can you make hey, I know it's a red zone.
Let's say you're in the Escalade in the red zone. I fucking come up. Hey, dude, you got to move this.
Cool. Good to go, officer. Just want to let you know if you don't mind. Do you have a second? Can I explain myself? Or
you look familiar. Where do I know you from? Do you work for Executive Protection?
Yeah.
My cousin told me about you.
On a severe note, it's called incurring anomalous cost.
Yes.
Oh,
right.
Shit.
You got to weigh in for parking in the red and taking the ticket. You're taking the fucking ticket because those guys are going to move.
You look familiar.
He comes up. Your guys are yes sir, no ma'am, blah blah blah. They take the ticket. You don't argue. You don't go, well, I'm fucking working for President Obama tonight.
Hold on.
Your guys don't do that.
Let's continue the scenario here.
He comes up. He wants your guys out of the car.
Yeah.
Coming up to you right now.
Yeah.
You look familiar.
Go ahead.
Parked in the red here. You're going to have to move.
Absolutely. I'll move it right now, sir.
All right, see you later.
Thank you.
Rubio comes up
he
to you.
doesn't move.
It is a full.
And it doesn't move.
It is a full fucking cooperation with active law enforcement.
Yeah.
Now, if some dude in a suit goes, well, if you're in LA County and some dude from Riverside goes, I'm a sheriff, I don't like what you're doing. Call the cops. Get the fuck out of my face. Call an actual uniformed officer. Get the fuck out of my face. And then when the cops come, hey, sir, how are you? Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know who that guy was. I don't know if he was actually a cop. I apologize. What do you need me to do? It's like you interact with active law enforcement that is identified, like marked. If there's a guy from another county, another city, and they don't like what you're doing, because a lot of cops actually don't like EP guys. Because there are cocksuckers that ruin it for us.
Yeah.
They want.
Yeah, that's true.
They want to do stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's extra money for them. And
Yeah.
they have a lot of credentials.
You have to have
They'll
fucking.
usually get paid more too.
You have to have guys that have solid minds. Like, okay, cops are gonna rule all. If a cop, it doesn't matter if the principal says something. That's law. Cop tells you to do something on a job. That's God coming to you, getting in your ear and going, fix it.
Like a uniform guy?
If I'm working a job in your county, in your city, and you come up to me and you're tan and green and you go, stop sucking dick, I'm gonna go, yes, sir. Like,
Whoa.
like when I'm saying, like,
Hold
it's
on.
that serious. No,
What?
Camera and shit.
this fucking guy. Dude.
Fuck's going on?
sucking dick.
I thought you were doing executive protection.
What just
work.
happened?
I'm not
making a
walking down your
fucking point.
OnlyFans page.
What I'm saying is, uniform officers are gonna fucking rule everything.
Jay's gonna tow that car.
I'm
Exactly, but you want to avoid that.
right now. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck just happened.
22651
That's serious.
H1.
Seriously.
I don't even know what that is.
But if a guy that like you, because you have your off-duty guys, you have friends, you have Jay, you have whatever. If an ODO, an off-duty officer is working, like obviously they're incorporated into your thing. You have a liaison. You're going to know the presence of.
I know
police.
ODST.
Audio.
If you have an ODO, you have considerations for that too. Like you obviously contact the police department, local. Like
They have ODDs?
I don't know what that is, sir.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
Almost. So close.
You down with OPP?
What did you say with me yesterday? Nissan? Was it
Nissan?
Nissan? Man, ask
I'll
Wyatt.
read that one. What that?
Yeah, now he knows. Thanks for ruining it.
Yeah.
Wyatt doesn't like Nissan.
Anyway, so executive protection work. Do off-duty cops make more than armed
Yes.
civilian guys?
Yes, they do.
Typically, what's like
I would,
the
I would
most?
say they make more in the sense because they're considered to be worth more.
Right.
They also have more pull on the job if a detainment takes place. Or an
So what
eject-
would be like? Let's say some of our buddies are watching this. Like, what would you think their range? Like, they go to a security company, they want to do some extra money on the side. What should their rate be like when they go?
let's say it's the best.
Are they
Executive protection?
Yeah,
Let's say it's the best. If it's the best, I mean, I'm talking these guys like the company I work for. Come in for your hourly. You're over 100. I'm not going to advertise anything over that. I'm not gonna say some weird shit and blow my name out. But you're over 100. You're an hourly.
Oh, my name.
You're over 100.
What do you
hourly.
think?
Yeah,
But they're
So you guys don't want to put an actual number on it? I should say over 100.
I personally would
Personally,
say
I can't.
I
represent someone. He represents
I don't.
someone. I can't give you that number.
I don't represent anyone right now.
I'll tell you in
I'm
private.
freelance.
You're over 100, and there's more than that. You know,
I've seen people run anywhere between 150 to 200 an hour.
or more.
That's what I've seen for people of that. And when it comes to a high end executive protection, like you're walking principles.
Yeah.
If you're just standing around
Yeah.
on a red carpet,
Job
you're-
specific.
Yeah, you're even at a cop, you're probably still making
ODOs
You're probably making 40, maybe 50 an hour.
Try to
that.
keep you try to keep ODOs off the red carpets.
But see,
Try to
you're
keep
just
them
just
post.
also standing. You're just standing
Yeah.
around doing nothing.
I don't give a fuck. That's my off day. I'm not fucking standing.
What I've
around
seen
on
at
a red
events,
carpet.
right.
So
ODOs
you wouldn't be
taking
doing
that
it.
shit.
That's my point.
Fuck
Like
that.
that's for someone who wants
Yeah.
to do the extra work, who wants to make the money.
We
That's
call
someone who's desperate for
like,
cash, dude.
let
Bought
me-
a boat and they're like,
let me-
"Fuck, I need money."
3 divorces. I have a coworker that has
have a-
3 divorces.
they have a guy who has a
Yeah.
$6,000
Yeah, that's a real
mortgage.
He has 3 divorces, and I'll tell you about it later. I was telling Jay last night. This is 3 divorces. The guy has to work,
Yeah. No, we've met plenty of those fucking people, dude.
and
3
it happens.
divorces,
There's nothing against him,
multiple
but it
kids.
happens. He's got to do it.
Yeah.
So, but ODOs like typically lay out like real quick, like Grammys, for instance, is a really good one. You have the red carpet. Your ODOs aren't going to be on the red carpet. They're going to be maybe just aft of it, like post the.
How do I get a
carpet.
sniper position?
Sniper position? You're going to have to be a law enforcement officer. Great, you are. Call your fucking sergeant.
How much
Call
is
your
that guy
sergeant.
Scar action?
I don't know
You're
if
gonna,
that guy
no,
make.
you're gonna be an active sniper.
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
most
be
likely
active.
be active
to be
active duty.
to be like an armed DMR guy. You're not gonna get in California. You go to Arizona, you could fucking those EP jobs come in where you're pulling a fucking ISR job with a rifle with a scope and you're putting
How can I make $1,000 a day?
work for me, work for Chris.
out of in like one day.
One day, work for Chris.
One day worth of work. I mean, that's technically that you'd be the price point we gave you is where you'd be at.
All severity, though, let me tell you something. Your price, like I know you're half joking, half not. Your price is dead on. I want you to know that. Don't say it on the mic, but your
$1,000
price.
an hour?
No,
No,
that's
you
way
didn't say
off.
that. I thought,
That's way off.
I thought you said,
Yeah, now we're talking, dude.
I thought you said something like 200, but
No, I told him that earlier. When
Your price is dead on.
He did an EP job. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what should I charge?" I was like, "Dude, I broke it down. I was like, I'm $1,000 a day minimum, 8 hours of work. If I'm less than
we-
8 hours a day, if it's less, then I'm still getting $1,000.
Yeah.
that's
I'm $1,000 a day.
That's
$1,000 a day.
That's a stretch.
Whether I
mark
do
for the
8 hours
business.
or
Like, you're
anything
learning
over
it.
8 hours is more. But you give me for 8 hours for $1,000. That's
But your price, like if it wasn't, one of these guys, one of us, your price for like a random fucking company that approached you, your price is fucking dead on.
I'd probably go higher now, to be honest. 1,000's a little short.
Give it a year and you're
Probably 12, 13.
Double. Yeah, you'd be double in a year.
It just depends on what you're doing. That's really what it comes to.
Specific.
What you're doing, who you're doing it for.
Yeah.
And that all plays into it. And then also kind of like your cred's obviously behind you made a difference. Like I have a guy, one of the guys that I know, like when like COVID hit and like things were going crazy and streets were fucking wild, he was running with news crews. He was getting paid. He was getting paid over that and run around just to do some of their news stuff.
Yeah.
And he was only a couple movements. I mean, he had to like exfil some of the reporter stuff because some of the riots were going like right there and like they started getting attacked.
Oh, they'll shell money.
And he had to
on
like,
that.
but but they're like, hey, like, we need you for 3 hours. Like, here's $1,500. Like,
if it requires,
yeah,
we're talking.
he's in plain clothes. He's in plain clothes, just doing like hanging in the back. He just looks like he's part of either the crew or just like the mob that's going around. But he actually has his job.
Now we're talking.
If
3
that's
hours,
some hazard
$1,500.
pay right
That's what I'm
there.
talking about. That's something I could do.
But look at the company. Who the company was, right? It's a multi-million, billion,
Corporate,
or billion
yeah, it's
corporate,
corporate.
corporate.
Well, George Soros action.
Oh, yeah.
lower
That's-
than that, but it's corporate. Yeah. If basically, people look at it this way: if your job, the
changing.
advertise includes VIX and a municipal airport or larger, your price is fucking not only dead on. You could probably make more. If there's an airport involved,
Correct.
a Vic's involved. For you,
That's my friend price.
Yeah. That's insane. I'll do it.
Anyone else try to scoop them up?
I'll do it.
5,000 an hour.
I'll do it for free until you're in the green.
5,000. No, seriously, $5,000.
Take it or leave it.
But that's it.
So for guys like, let's say, that, our partners out there that want to start an EP work, where do they go? Who do they hit up? Do they just like look something up, or it's like word of mouth?
It's okay. I'll tell you right, because what I did is Tony inspired me, but I went looking. But it is word of mouth. But there are stuff. I mean, you can go on anywhere, even Indeed at this point. Indeed, you can find jobs.
There are people who have their LinkedIn profile dedicated to that work.
Yeah.
Like I know a couple people and they're dedicated to that, and that's some of their jobs come through that way. And then like I get phone calls all the time about people like, hey, we have this going on. Like, we're looking to do these movements at this time, and this is our principle. Here's this and that. But
I say we go
Can you
on.
make it out? It's like, I don't want.
You said LinkedIn or
LinkedIn can be one.
profile.
Yeah.
I
Like,
say we
people
make some ridiculous LinkedIn profile and just send it. See what happens. $5,000 a day.
Standby EP. Or, excuse me, Peerless EP.
Yeah, you better not. You better watch.
Crazy amounts of them. Just something ridiculous. Right? Oh shit, we got a hit. Which
Everyone here has
Gotta call
some
off
sort
work.
of. Everyone
talking
here-
about $50,000 for the weekend. Psh,
Ace hard.
That is true. We're all able to do the same stuff on a
Listen
job.
here.
We're all able to do the same stuff on the job too now.
Get forearm guards. Rifles, pistols,
Blackwater.
Tahoe, everything.
Fucking chicken. What is
Go down to Enterprise. Go pick up a fucking black Tahoe right now. Psh, $50,000 for the whole weekend, Friday to Sunday.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous on LinkedIn. Hits all you gotta do is hit once.
That's it.
All you gotta do is hit once a year.
Gambling.
gambling?
It's not gambling. We're not losing anything.
Yeah.
All we're doing is throwing it up. See what happens.
The point he made. So we're fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just doing $50,000 for one weekend? You're like,
Cash.
We could.
can I just take the rest like next 6 months off?
We could.
Cash.
Do it.
No 1099. No IRS.
No,
None of that.
nothing.
Do
Fuck
it.
'em.
But
I want it in crypto.
yeah, it's a good job. I don't really have anything more to say about it.
I think
too
it's.
much,
I mean,
but
we kind of hit just about everything on thing. It's a little longer than I think we intended, but
Yeah.
I could use the restroom.
yeah.
That's good stuff.
But yeah,
If you got a shit, we don't have toilet paper. No.
come on.
Seize that hand.
baby wipes
Skylaw's
in
girl used it all, dude.
Bobby.
She blew it.
Bobby. Bobby.
She really
Bobby,
stunk it up.
Bobby
in there.
lost. Yeah, we actually called a plumber, and it's kind of fucked up.
He also is a plumber. He's a surface genius.
Surface genius.
Bobby
B-Law. Bobby Law.
That's sticking.
Bobby sticking, baby. I like that. Anyway,
Law.
want to
Take us out. No, take us out. Go ahead.
Hey
EP.
guys, thanks for joining us. I know we took it longer than normal, but we're here. That was the EP. Like, subscribe, hit us on the gram, Patreon, all of our Spotify. We're everywhere. We appreciate you guys that are commenting and leaving likes on all of our stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.
Later.